if you're not using AI, you're probably going to get replaced by it. I know that a lot of people have been super worried that AI is getting so smart, it's getting so advanced, it's going to replace me at the workplace. Well, let me tell you, it is going to replace you at the workplace if you don't start using it for yourself. If you do use AI, you're going to gain such a competitive edge, and you're going to be able to create and ideate so much faster that your output could no longer be overlooked by any employer. It's going to make you way more employable. So the future isn't AI, and I always keep saying this. The future is actually AI plus human. Today, we're going to learn how to use AI in your recruitment process to supercharge your pipelines and make more informed, less biased decisions in hiring. My name is Sufyan and I'm the CEO at CloudHire. CloudHire is a global AI talent marketplace that has flipped recruitment upside down. We provide recruiters with verified profiles instead of resumes that we use AI to build. Our profiles contain technically tested, behaviorally vetted, identity verified data for recruitment teams to make informed hiring decisions for the future. On today's agenda, we have 5 things. Number 1 is going to be prompting. Prompting is basically training your AI before you ask it to do specific tasks. It's absolutely essential. The next is using AI in order to craft your job descriptions. After that, we're going to have AI help us out in creating an evaluation rubric for interviews, draft those interviews, and then actually go ahead and rank those interviews for us. Okay, let's dive in. So for our tutorial, we're going to be using ChatGPT. Now, there are a lot of AI models you can use. You can use Perplexity, you can use Llama, you can use DeepSeek. But for this tutorial, we're going to stick with ChatGPT because it is the most common and the easiest to use, arguably. Now, one of the most important things, like I mentioned before, you start working with ChatGPT is prompting. Prompting is going to set the tone to make sure that your GPT instance is giving you high quality results for whatever you're asking it to do. Now, for reference on how this works, I'm going to ask GPT to write me something, and then we're going to see what the difference is when we actually start prompting in the output that GPT is going to give me. So let's go ahead and ask ChatGPT to write a job description for a social media coordinator that CloudHire is going to hire. So, and when we hit enter, it's going to give us a job description. Now, this is pretty basic for most people that know what AI is or have even used ChatGPT, but I want to kind of keep this as a working model for us to understand what it is that ChatGPT is capable of before prompting versus after. So it's gone ahead and listed some of the benefits for us, but it obviously hasn't gone into detail. Now, the reason why ChatGPT has been able to do so well is because it has knowledge of our company already fed into it. It knows that we're remote first based on whatever information store it has in its training. It also knows that we're an AI-powered recruitment company, again, before we've enabled training. However, if your company is new, less known, or you don't have that large of a footprint online, you're probably not going to have the same results that you see over here. But definitely things are going to change when we start prompting. So let's dive into a fresh chat. And the first thing that I want to do is I want to tell ChatGPT what its purpose is. And this is really important. So let's hop over to a document that I have pre-prepared. And this document you guys are going to be able to find in the description of this video. And it's basically just a prompting guide to make sure that your GPT understands your hiring process and company really well. So we wanted to kind of know that it's a co-pilot with the goal of assisting us with crafting resumes or job descriptions, evaluating resumes, designing interviews, and then evaluating transcripts of those interviews that we conducted. And I've kind of left it blank over here for you to fill out your own company name. And I said that its primary goal is to help us have unbiased hiring decisions through the use of AI. And after that, I've written out a bunch of questions for you guys that you're definitely going to want to answer so that when you are interacting with this AI model, it's going to be able to give you really great responses that are tailored for your company. I've already done the liberty of answering said questions for this video, so I'm just gonna go ahead and copy all of that over for us. And again, this prompt pretty much starts off with the same wording of this document, and then I've answered the question. And when I hit enter, we kind of gave birth to this new agent, which is gonna help us recruit top talent for our company. So as you can see, it says that the memory was updated, and now it truly understands how to help us create relevant material for our recruitment team. Now, let's dive into that social media coordinator that I was talking about earlier. So let's go ahead and tell it. So it's going to go ahead and write a job description for a social media coordinator. So I already crafted a prompt in order to write the job description for the social media coordinator we were discussing earlier. It's write a job description for a social media coordinator. The job is to distribute content throughout our socials. I mentioned a couple of the tools that they'll use and whatever is relevant for this job. Obviously, this is going to give us a better output than the initial prompt anyway, but including all the other knowledge it has, this is going to really start helping us build the right type of job descriptions for our company. I'm going to go ahead and hit enter. And right from the start, we can see that it's already said the job is full remote. Again, it knew that because CloudHire, but also now I've told it again that, hey, we're a remote first company. And it went ahead and integrated that. It's talking a little bit more about our platform than last time. We used to be predominantly an AI recruitment firm, and now we've shifted more to a platform approach. And so it was pulling old data from the description, and now I've given it fresh data. And it's definitely able to talk more about my team and the type of things that they're going to get exposure to. But it looks like it kind of missed out on some of the benefits that I had listed. So can you improve this and add some of the benefits and compensation work I mentioned earlier? So again, we're just training and making sure that the model is giving us accurate information to represent our company. And I think that it's done a much better job now. I would obviously want, there we go, it's really talking about our culture and things like that. This is exactly what I want. I would 100% audit this. Like I said, AI plus human, guys. We can never just take this as it is. But this is a solid job description to kind of get started. And let's go ahead and say that I am going to use this job description, and I've done a post, and now I'm getting some resumes. Now we want to kind of start creating a resume template or rather rubric for how are we evaluating resumes and kind of working towards our interview process. Now for that, I've written a 30-page ebook on how to build world-class teams. The link is in the description. You can head over to the website and download it. It's gonna really teach you guys how to match teams based on their personality type, the way that they think, etc., in order to have really high success rates. For the time being, though, in this video, I'm going to help you guys out with some more prompts to kind of show you how we can use AI in order to do this stuff. But we definitely want to keep prompting and teaching the model how to evaluate candidates, resumes, interviews, etc., based on what your company requirements are. And if you guys are more curious about this, you can leave a comment. I'm always happy to help you out. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a resume that had been submitted to me for this specific role, and we're going to evaluate it with AI and see what type of results we get. So the cool thing with ChatGPT and most new AI models is that they have document attachment and internet attachment. For the sake of this video, we're not going to be using internet much. But we can enable that, and it will be able to scrape the web to kind of help us out. But over here, let's go into document attachment and upload a resume from my drive. And this is the resume of a recent hire for this specific role. But let's go ahead and, without any prompting for really structuring ChatGPT to, further learn how we want to evaluate these resumes, let's ask it to go ahead and evaluate this resume for us. And one thing I really want you guys to notice, and this is super important, is that you guys still want to be evaluating your resumes and kind of creating those scorecards for yourself. And then when you're training your AI models, to kind of understand what your process is, and then you feed it resumes, you need to see how accurate it's hitting your assessment, and then really see if it's doing a better job than you or not in specific use cases. And that one, that'll help you uncover biases, but two, it'll kind of help you build confidence in using your model going further. So it looks like it's given this specific candidate a 8.5, and I would actually agree with this. She did sit at around an 8.5 in our evaluation. So it looks like it's pretty good without the complete prompting. But if you are running a corporate enterprise, you definitely want to go and prompt further before you ask it to make decisions for you or help you make decisions. So it has my pros and my cons listed out. And it even told me, hey, these are the things that you guys should probably interview and ask. Now, what I can do at this point is ask it to design an interview for me, covering behavior and technicals suited to my company. Now, I had already told it what type of people we want, what type of red flags we've seen in the past based on the earlier training, and I assume that it's going to be able to create a behavioral interview that assesses for these things before we make hiring decisions. So let's go ahead and ask it what to do, and as you can see, it's really quickly breaking things down for me. It's explaining what type of questions we can answer, what its relation is, what we're kind of trying to look for an evaluation and rubric. Again, you guys want to kind of train the model if you already have your own things with what your precedent is. You can even ask it to ideate and evaluate your current interview process, give you guys tips, and then kind of have a solid starting point for your model to give you the right responses. So it's going ahead and really creating something super in depth for us, and that's fantastic. But unfortunately for this model, we already took the interview, and we want to kind of figure out, okay, how am I going to ask my model to analyze my interview? Now, when we're talking about interview analysis, and I'm repeating this for you guys again and again, please make sure that you are training your model properly to analyze your interview process. Do not let ChatGPT decide if you should hire somebody or not based on its preconceived notions. Train it, make sure that it really understands what you're looking for, then ask it, then compare what it says to what you believe and make educated guesses. The tools in order to have it evaluate your interview, the easiest way is to make sure that when you're taking your interview, you have a transcriber within your call, whether that's on Google, whether you're using Zoom. There's a lot of transcription services. You can use things like Fireflies.ai, Otter.ai. My team uses Apollo because they use the rest of that suite, and it just comes with the recorder, makes their life easy. You should go over and grab the transcript for that call, and just like before, you're gonna attach it. All you have to do is drag. So I already have the transcript for this specific interview. I'm gonna just paste it in here with one of my, what did I do here? And of course at this point, you should have already trained your model, so it should be able to really analyze this interview and tell you what the pros and cons were for specific use cases and the questions that you had. So here it goes. It's really getting into the behavioral assessment, explaining why it believes that this specific candidate was able to deliver those results. And I would honestly just have my own rubric over here, look at my notes, compare it with this, and see how accurate it is. And we want to keep training it until we find that it's accurate enough to our current, our actual rubric before we start using this at scale. And here we go. So it says that she's a solid hire for this role, and that she does have some minor areas of growth. And that was our exact assessment when we decided to hire this position. And lo and behold, we did end up hiring this person for the job. So once you've evaluated the candidate for an interview, it's time to move to offers. Now for offers, I definitely recommend that you get some legal counsel and you draft offers that make sense for the country that you're drafting those offers in. If you need help figuring out how to hire people in different countries, CloudHire helps you hire people in over 180 countries legally and compliantly. So you can always visit our website and contact us if you need more information. We're happy to help. And there you have it. This is the easiest way for you guys to start using AI in your recruitment journey right now, so that you can quickly create job descriptions, post them, and create a solid way for you to have interviews with candidates and remove bias. If you have a lot of recruiters on your team, I would create a centralized AI model and kind of see what my recruiter scores are compared to what my AI model scores are consistently to assess if my recruitment team is meeting the standards of my company. And there you have it. This is how you use AI in recruitment in 2025. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next episode.